This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. It's tax season, and we're all a bit tired of numbers. But here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now here's a good number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, they'll fix it. Guaranteed. Save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
This episode is brought to you by Honda. Introducing the all-new, all-terrain Honda Passport Trail Sport. The most off-road capable Honda Passport Honda has ever dreamt up. The Passport features increased ground clearance, roof rails on all trims, and available specially developed all-terrain tires. And you'll stay comfortable with tri-zone climate control and available features like heated and ventilated front seats and a panoramic moonroof. Learn more at honda.com/passport.
5 immersive worlds, 1 amazing theme park. Get ready to explore the all-new Universal Epic Universe, featuring the wizarding world of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, Super Nintendo World, How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, and Dark Universe. Epic Universe opens May 22nd at Universal Orlando Resort. Our universe will never be the same. Tickets and packages on sale now at universalorlando.com.
Is ready to fist on a Friday.
Me.
Oh, you sound a little more than ready. You sound primed. You sound excited. You sound
I'm so
dirty nasty.
I'm so excited to forge our way into this Friday.
You know what I love is
foraging.
I was gonna say, is foraging the active tense of forage?
Yes.
I guess I always think of like foraging for like nuts and berries.
Well, that's what
we're leading our path forward. It just happens to not include nuts and berries.
Well, it does include nuts.
And some might call those berries.
Exactly. Which they are.
Wow. We're really good at coming right back to it.
We so are, Meghan.
Because we can make everything dirty. Dirty, nasty, filthy, slutty little episodes.
Too dirty to clean my act up. If you ain't dirty, then you ain't here to party.
What song is this?
Dirty by Christina Aguilera.
Oh. I know the outfit. I know the hair.
It's pretty unforgettable.
I don't know if I know, like, if you ask me to sing the song. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just like that. Maybe that's why I just know the lyrics.
Well, that was the beginning of
groveling.
Is that, no, it's Method Man or is it Red Man at the beginning?
I don't know. Did I ever tell you my favorite fun fact that I found out about DJ Mustard?
Mustard, that his name is Grey Poupon.
His first name is Dijon, and I have to say that is like quite literally one of the best names I've ever, like, to be like, yeah, my pseudonym is going to be DJ Mustard because my name is Dijon. As someone who loves a good name and someone who really thinks hard into those things, I'm just like, I loved it. I thought it was so good. Mustard on the beat.
Red Man, to correct myself. They don't get along anymore.
They don't?
Red Man and Method Man.
I thought you meant Christina Aguilera.
No, they used to be besties, and now they just work together, according to Red Man. He said, I'm not really in the rap industry anymore. I just show up to concerts, and then I go home to my family. And I said, great.
I really respect someone who's like there to do their job and then get the fuck home. Mm-hmm. They're like, you know, I'm not trying to do too much. I'm just trying to
get a paycheck.
Yeah. And like do what I gotta do. So lovely.
What are you giggling about?
I'm giggling about the fact that, like, can we talk about how in the last episode that went up when we're recording this, but another episode, no.
Of what?
What I just put the votes up for. How we had someone debate about calling the police about, like...
You should save that for see you next Tuesday.
But okay, you're right. I can't, Melissa, I can't stop talking about it. I am the neighborhood Nancy Drew.
I saw your scavenger hunt. You should have brought your metal detector. You probably could find way more things.
Did I need to find it? Because
I'm just saying
there
might be way more things, but we're saving this.
Okay, you're right. Sorry. It's taken up like literally almost all of my brain.
Well,
I just have to wait.
What else did you do?
What else did I do? Mont was on a golf trip this weekend. Was that over the? Yeah, he got back Monday night, like late Monday night. And I was on my own, fending for myself, which no one needs to feel too bad for me, because as long as there's not like a mouse that appears in our home that I have to deal with while he's gone, I'm fine. Like I love the man to pieces. I'm not great with object permanence. So to me, it's like he never left. It's not bad. But I was like having to like make dinner for myself and stuff, and I harvested from our garden some kale.
I saw your video,
Melissa. Yeah. It's the only thing.
Yeah, I was gonna make a snarky remark, as I do on your TikTok. That one was I was like, I know that feeling, like when during the pandemic where I was gardening, I was growing tomatoes, and I also did potatoes too.
Oh, you did. You're right.
Potatoes didn't come out great.
Me neither.
So, and I know that feeling, so I didn't want to. But I realized later, because they just kind of keep growing. I did find some later, because you got to dig them out. I did find them. They were little baby potatoes, but they were cute. But then I was like, I don't want to eat these anymore. I don't know if they're good or not, because it's been a while.
Yeah, I haven't been. Yeah, you don't know. A cat, like neighborhood cat, could have been peeing in those. Yeah, it's just like, I will say that, like, of course, to like skirt any blame for this, it is the fires really fucked everything up. Like,
yeah, I mentioned this when the fires were happening. You were like, no, it'll be fine.
No, it killed. They
and I said this. And I did, and that's exactly I was gonna say. Yeah, those ashes really good. They get to your stuff, but I didn't want to do it, because then also people that don't know who I am would take that way too
holy
seriously.
Shit!
Yes.
And like, by the way, we can joke about this, and also like that's what it was. Like everything was suffocated by the we had to change. We had to like all of our porch plants, we had to get new ones. It killed a lot of shit. Yeah, so we're gonna work on that this week. I was over at our neighbor's house yesterday, and because their stuff is just like looking really good, and they were like, "Oh my God, do you think this looks good? Come look in the back." And then I went and looked in the back, and it looked even better. And I was like, "You guys, I literally told you that mine is suffering, and like you're just showing me how great yours looks." But they were giving me a lot of tips, and so I think we're gonna redo our like drip line and like all of that stuff. This week.
Do they have enough to share?
Share what?
They're
well, they got grass installed. Melissa, they have a fucking peach tree that's like growing, and I was like, I'm there often, and I was like, where the fuck did this come from? And they were like, it literally, like, it grew so quickly. Because I was like, I thought that, and there was another tree that I said, did you transport I wouldn't call it a mature tree, but like, it's like a tree, it's becoming a tree. And they're like, no, do you remember like that, like, literally like that barren stick that was just here? And I was like, that was a tree this whole time. It was crazy, but they like really have been on top of it. So they gave me all these tips, and I took a bunch of pictures, and I'm going to see them later today and like get even more tips. And then Mott's going to text them, and we can figure this out, because they have like a whole fucking system. Like they have like a drip line, and then they have like things that separate, that go into different pots and like circle different things. And I was like, oh yeah, so we really need that. Because ours,
yeah,
it's not crushing it.
As you know, I really want to get into this outside, but a little too late. But I watched numerous videos on YouTube that was showing all the drip lines and stuff. And then there's this person in Inglewood that has just like their whole front yard is a garden.
With the wood chips?
And they offer, like, you can just come in and get stuff. Like, it's not, they have the crate things like you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the one who's the ground is wood chips, though?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Mm-mm.
There's another one.
Okay.
Who's in, like, central LA. Who's got wood chips and, like, metal ones. Oh, different. Oh, yes. Send me this person.
So this person is like they like call themselves the neighborhood farmer, and you could just come get stuff. And one time I was going to the post office that's over there, and I like missed my turn, and so I circled around. It's like, oh, that's where that thing is.
Shut up.
And it looked beautiful.
Oh, I bet.
But he'll also, like, if you come by, he'll give you tips and stuff. So maybe go talk to him as well.
No, that's a really good call. The layout of things, because we have a drip line, but we just need to like have more and spread it and do all of this kind of stuff. I'm like determined to make it like, because they have timers, so they like don't even their hose is always attached to it, and it like goes on when it needs to on the days that like we have our water ordinance, the days that it can, for the timelines that it can, and it just like looks phenomenal. And I was like, we need that, because like here I am unscrewing the hose and like putting it in different parts of the drip line and like all of that. And like one time I like hooked it all up and I set a timer, and then I went outside and I was like, I forgot to turn it on. I was like, fucking hell. So I think that would just help. And you know, we're gonna start also working on like the cut flower garden that we want to do on the back side. But I'm like, in the time of doomsday, in the era of recession core, like, first of all, I need an oasis, and secondly, I also would love if I could eat some of the things in that oasis.
Yes.
Or at least like cut the flowers and like put them out, and like not have to, you know, go without the flowers, because none of them, we're not getting them locally from Trader Joe's. But I also did a little bit of like the chaos gardening of like a wildflower, like a California native wildflower mix, where I just like sprayed everywhere. I mean, sprinkled everywhere. So like, we'll see if that sticks.
Yeah. I wanted to do that on the side part where
you should still be fine doing that now.
Yeah. So I was gonna go get a packet of that stuff and do it over there where that tree was, and they cut it down.
You know what? Another thing you could do there's a lot of things you could still technically do, because they say like to start to like the last time to do it is like the last week of March, and we're not like that far past it. But what I'm doing too is I'm working on, if the stuff that we plant, that it doesn't stick in the beds and like it's just too late in the year, and like I'm gonna make sure it's not like a total waste, because I found more terracotta pots just around the property, and I'm gonna do a bunch of herbs in there, and just like, because you can even do that fucking inside.
I do it inside. I've got herbs in here.
I need parsley, because like I hate buying parsley, because like it's a garnish.
Get it tomorrow.
Oh, because like it's a garnish, but like you also need it and things. But like,
I love parsley on stuff.
Me too, but I
just stick it in that water. And green onions and chives. I just have it in little mason jars, and it just
our chives died.
They grow so fast. So, and even with the green onions, I had.
Are you just keeping them in water and not soil?
Yep. It just continuously grows, never ending supply. The only time that I buy more is when I go out of town.
Not parsley, just chives and
parsley too. Yeah. It just grows.
Okay. What do they call it? Like hydro something gardening.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll do that too.
Yep.
Grow herbs in water. I'll write that down.
I just have my little mason jars. I put water in it, and it grows and grows and grows and never stops.
That's smart. Grow herb in water.
There are many ways to entice a potential new customer with flashy branding and calculated marketing strategies. But at the end of the day, the success of a business comes down to the ability to close the sale. And for businesses like Thrive Cosmetics, Allbirds, or Skims, it's what goes on behind the scenes, making selling, and for shoppers, buying, simple, that makes the difference. For them and for millions of businesses, that difference is made with Shopify. Businesses that want to grow with Shopify. Because if your goal is growth, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. And Shopify will make sure you're ready. On the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. And with Shop Pay, they boost conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going. It's no wonder Shopify is home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Allbirds uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. That's shopify.com/realm.
The #1 selling product of its kind with over 20 years of research and innovation. Botox Cosmetic, onabotulinum toxin A, is a prescription medicine used to temporarily make moderate to severe frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better in adults.
Effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have a skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow and eyelid drooping, and eyelid swelling. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Tell your doctor about medical history, muscle or nerve conditions including ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects. For full safety information, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
I'm Dr. Jen Ashton, your host for Season 2 of The Visibility Gap, a podcast presented by Cigna Healthcare. Throughout this season, we'll be tackling something vital, the women's health gap. We'll hear from real people and experts as we unpack important topics like maternal health, menopause, and heart disease. Listen in and download the new season wherever you get your podcasts.
How was your... Oh, are you talking about the thing you did this weekend? Did you talk about it on the podcast? Okay, how was it?
It was good. It was just long. Very, very,
It was virtual, right?
Yes. Very, very...
Oh, they talk slow.
Long.
Okay. Did they give you a break for lunch?
Yeah, we got a break for lunch.
And the lunch happened to be 20 minutes, but everything else was
an
like 6
hour,
hours?
But like...
Okay.
Very great class, very informative, lots of good information. It does not need to be over one weekend.
Yeah. Well, it was 2 days, right? 2 whole days?
2.5.
Oh, that's even longer than I thought.
Yeah. So it was like half a day on Friday and then all day Saturday and Sunday.
Well, you know, if it's anything like the rest of the stuff, next year you'll be running it.
Well, you know, Kendall wanted me to run it anyway.
And hey, I love that she thinks about you like that. Because she should.
Right,
she should. She's not wrong.
Yeah. So I did that. And then yesterday I went to Allison's book event for Save the Date. It was really good. She's very funny. Everyone should buy it. I directed the audiobook, so get the audiobook.
Where was it?
It was at Pages in Manhattan Beach.
Oh, okay.
The book event was very fun, and like I said, the book is also fun. There may be a character that seems, other than the main character, that seems very familiar to you listening.
I wonder who it could be.
The words on the page, they may sound like they would fall out of someone's mouth.
Those lips. Damn lips. Smacking. Just want to remind you. I do just want to remind you that you did tell me after this weekend, you would take watching, either finishing The Residence or watching Paradise seriously. I just want to remind you.
Don't worry. I plan on finishing The Residence tonight.
It's so hard for me to remember which one it is.
I know. The Residence tonight. The first episode where we were talking about it, you kept saying resident and I kept saying residence, and I was like, I don't know which one is right, so then I had to Google. But yes, but then I'm gonna watch Survival of the Thickest, and then I'll get to The Resident or to Paradise.
Okay.
Here's the thing, Paradise has already been renewed.
Yeah, and it's only got one season.
Yeah,
so
like Survival of the Thickest, it like the first season came out right when the writer's strike happened, and so like she didn't know if she didn't know if she was going to get renewed because she couldn't talk about it. It was like the week of the strike.
I thought it came out in like 2022.
No.
Oh wow, it's been on my list to watch too.
Yeah. So she wasn't able to talk about it. So I just want to watch it to make sure that it gets renewed again.
Yeah.
Because Netflix loves to cancel something.
No, they're quite literally addicted to having one season of a show and then never hearing from it again.
Yeah. It was surprising, like shocking to a lot of people that it got renewed as soon as it did
after the first season because
people liked it.
Yeah, it's a great show. She's
love
so Michelle
funny.
Buteau. I've loved her since, what was the first thing I even saw her in? But after that, I was just like, who is this woman? I'm addicted to her. I've watched all her stand-up specials now at this point. I've watched pretty much a ton of her movies, every TV show she's been in. I've watched it. I'm a fan.
Big fan.
Big fan. She was a guest on Not Too Deep too. Like, before she like really hit big time. Yeah, so I'll be watching Survival of the Thickest, and then
Okay, Darwinism.
I know. And then after, I will get into Paradise. I feel like I'll be able to finish Survival of the Thickest because it's a half-hour comedy, so I'll be able to finish it relatively fast.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So you still have one episode of The Residence left. You don't have the reveal yet.
I don't know.
What?
What do you mean by? I don't.
Who
were
killed
they?
AB?
No.
Yeah.
So, the couple has been revealed.
Yes.
It's
a really good episode.
Great.
It's like great
Love
payoff.
It has to. Don't talk about it anymore.
That's it.
But I've didn't wake up as early today because I was out pretty late last night, so I got up at like 6 maybe. And so I'm trying to finish up my work relatively fast. And then I've already reviewed Don't Blame Me for Tomorrow. I've started editing Unhinged and Immoral. So when we're done, I'm going to complete that, get my work out in, because this is my lighter day for working out. And then by lighter day, 20 minutes row. There's no running today. 20 minutes row, 30 minutes abs. And then I stretch for 30 minutes and then foam roll for 30 minutes. And I'm going to take a nice Epsom salt bath because I am hurting. And then
your easy day sounds really painful to me.
Yeah. Like when I laugh right now, my abs hurt.
Oh, and then some. Do you ever like when your abs are so sore and you laugh and then you inadvertently it like hurts, so you inadvertently start clenching your butthole because you're
I
just
wouldn't go that far. My butthole is, I wouldn't say open or taut. It's just at resting position.
Oh, okay. No, when my abs hurt so bad, like it's suddenly like I feel like I have to clench my butthole to like maintain upright, like to like stay seated.
Yeah.
Oof.
So nice Epsom salt bath, and then I'll watch The Resident.
Perfect. I'm thrilled for that. As somebody who has like just been consuming a lot of television, I'm really ready for us to talk about it. Deeply. Speaking of TV, not that you needed to see this on TV because I saw it on TikTok. Did you see the SNL break?
Oh yeah. I love Ego so much already.
So
she is
funny.
Perfect. Ego, she could be on for the rest of her life, and I'd be like, yes.
By the way, I do think the older she gets, she's gonna get even fun. She's already so funny, but like she's gonna be even, especially because like she loves playing old women, like old like she loves that vibe. God, I was dying, and Colin Jost just like absolutely panicking that if anyone didn't see in the you can't swear on SNL. It's like it's live TV.
You can swear, but you can't say certain words. Like you could say damn, but you can't
damn's
say,
not considered a swear,
right?
So that's right. So
depending on like the FCC, like you can say bitch, but it depends on the connotation of saying bitch.
So, and like, I think like everybody kind of like knows that like, that's why there's like, SNL's about innuendos. It's about like a lot of implying because like, it's what you can air on TV. This is why I was so excited when I went to the UK and I saw Dating Naked and I was like, or Naked Attraction. And I was like, we're seeing full bush, balls, and taint like on TV because they're like, well, past it. I do agree with most people who say that like past 8 p.m. or people say 10 p.m. I think you could do past 8 p.m. That you should be able to swear on television. Like, I think that should be fine. Yeah. Like on prime time. But you can't. And so. Well,
SNL isn't. The thing is it's prime time for us, but it's not prime time in New York.
Yeah, but
the whole thing with SNL, they were called not when they initially started. They were called the like not quite ready for prime time. It was they had it. I forgot what the exact name is, but that was their name.
But you can't you know, say certain things. And so you'll notice
players.
You'll notice it's not, doesn't happen in the sketches. It like, you know, no one like, and like a celebrity doesn't like, if there's like it's not like on a late night show where like someone swears and they're like, oh, sorry. And they like bleep it. They don't do like, it's getting cut fully from this. And, so, when she passed the audience the microphone of being like, cause men ain't, and they just, there was no plan for them to call and respond. She like didn't think they were ever going to.
The whole point was like she had done it a couple times before and people weren't responding. And that was the point, is like she's like
bad stand up.
Bad stand up, and they're not supposed to actually be responding to her.
And then they just say, she goes, cause men ain't, and then they just go, shit. And it was quick, and like she didn't flinch. She just
did
kept
not flinch.
On
it looked
going.
like she was on like you can tell she actually does stand up, because she was like, the FCC, Lorne Michaels, y'all gonna get us in trouble, and
you're gonna
Colin
get fined.
Freaking out.
Colin Jost is folded in half. Colin Jost is like fully crumbled. He's like gasping. Michael Che is laughing, and then laughing just harder at Colin losing his fucking mind. And I just like love it, because I think a lot of people don't like you. I will give credit to Colin Jost, even though he irritates me. He's good at his job. He irritates me. But like, I do kind of think if that's part of the job at this point.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way about Michael Che. Like, and when they do, there's certain things that they do that I think are like really funny together, but a lot of the time they do annoy me, but also because the news annoys me. So like,
I like the news, and Weekend Update, I feel like used to be the thing where that it was like the main thing I wanted to tune into. Like I first loved it when Norm Macdonald was doing it, and then Tina and Amy were doing it, and Tina and Seth. Like I loved iterations. I do not love their iteration of it.
I like their early years a lot more than I like current, but I also hate the news currently. So it's kind of, I'm like, you know, it is what it is. I do think that like when they have segments and they have other people come on and like other cast members do that, I really love that. And I love their repertoire with other cast members on it. But it does feel like they kind of like save all of their like really good banter for their like end of the year. Is it their holiday episode or their end of the year episode where they write each other's jokes? Yeah, which I look forward to that. I listen to that every year. So like, a lot of people don't realize that like, especially when they have other people on, that like it's all scripted. Like even the parts where like Colin's like saying to like Sarah, Sarah Sherman, being like, oh my God, Sarah, you can't say, or whatever. And everyone's like, oh my God, I can't believe she improv that. It's all scripted. And like, I'll give Colin the kudos. Colin is incredible at improv. Like, not incredible at improv. He's incredible at making something look so natural that you think it's improvised. He's so good at doing something that is so rehearsed over and over and over again and delivering it like it is brand new sentence, never said it before. And that's like low-key like one of the hardest things to do.
That's a real skill, because he has his look in his eyes where he looks lost a little bit, and he's like trying to figure things out, but all of this is scripted and planned.
And that's acting. And like, I wouldn't say like, besides like, I would say like from my iteration of like my eras of watching SNL, I would say like Amy Poehler is one of like the strongest actors on Weekend Update. But like in general, that's not something that's really demanded of them. So like I was impressed by that. So then to finally see him actually break and be like, holy shit, and see that reaction, I was like, oh my God, I love it. Because like we see him fake that all the time. He does a great job of it. But like actually seeing that and seeing him be like, oh my God, you can't say, like, was just so funny to me. And I loved it. I would say that like this episode was not my favorite. The concept, they did one with Jack Black, which was funny, but it was the game show one that Keenan wasn't in, and the concept was funny. I hope they bring it back. But it was like Chloe Fineman, the Scientologist, she was like going on like a blind date like game show with 3 different guys. And the host of it was like she's like, oh, this guy sounds nice. And he goes, sorry to break for, I have to tell you, he's dressed like Indiana Jones. And then like Jack Black's whole thing is like, I don't know who Indiana Jones is, but then at one point, one of the other contestants is like, so is he from Indiana? He goes, no, he's called Indiana Jones because whatever. And then he goes, oh, shit, like admitting he knows who Indiana Jones is. And I was like, oh, that was really funny. And Jack Black is like, he hasn't been on in like decades. And I thought he did a good job. But, you know, wasn't my favorite episode.
Clorox Sentiva smells like grapefruit. Cleans like Clorox. And feels like...
Okay, we could be here all day. Try Clorox Sentiva for a trusted clean with long-lasting freshness. Also available in lavender and coconut. Use as directed.
Revolutionize your cooking with the Tefal Infrared Air Fryer. Watch as your food crisps up through a large lighted window and delight in faster, crispier, and juicier results with no preheating thanks to Tefal's advanced infrared technology. Discover the future of cooking and bring innovation into your kitchen by visiting Tefal.com.
Shopping is hard, right? But there's a better way. Stitch Fix online personal styling makes it easy. I just give my stylist my size, style, and budget preferences. I order boxes when I want and how I want. No subscription required. And she sends just for me pieces, plus outfit recommendations and styling tips. I keep what I love and send back the rest. It's so easy. Personal styling for everyone. Get started today at stitchfix.com/Spotify. That's stitchfix.com/Spotify.
I haven't watched a full episode since November, the first week in November.
Yeah.
Nope, it would have been the last week in October, actually. I didn't watch that episode after.
Yeah.
Yep. But I want Ego and Heidi to be in more things together because they are best friends, IRL. And I think that they will be the next Amy and Tina, and we need it. I need them in 2 million movies together.
I was looking at them being like, this is Octavia Spencer and Melissa McCarthy. Like, I need them in heist movies together. I need them to play spies in a movie together. Like, I need it. I need it so badly. And like, you can tell that they are actually like best friends because they're also like so casual with it. And I'm just like, I think they're so funny and I love them together. And I'd kill for that. I think they'll be there for a long time.
Yeah, I do too. But I'm because they are, well, I haven't seen Heidi in anything except for like commercials, but like Ego does do other things. Like she's in that Steph Curry TV show.
Yeah.
Playing his agent. But like I want to see more.
Outfit?
Yeah. It's on Peacock.
Maybe that's what I watch next.
But they are great together, and I want more. I want some more. I want them to have their own something.
I support that. I support that. I also would like to say that I want Marcelo Hernandez to stay on SNL and do other things in addition to that, but I can't have him leave because he to me is like a bright spot of some of the sketches on there.
Because Avia also watches religiously, and like she's like, this was a heavy Marcelo day, and I'm like, my baby boy, because like too young for me to be attracted to him.
Yeah, he also looks like a kid.
Baby boy, it's my baby boy.
He's so funny. They did another Weekend Update with Jane Wickline, but they did their I
do like their couple
couple sketch. Yes, they did another one.
I watched it. Yeah, I watched it.
I was dying. It was so funny. So I have to say, like, I'm just like really glad SNL like is still on. Like,
it's not going anywhere.
And I'm like, a lot of people are like, oh my God, they should have ended the gold, whatever. I'm like, no, I love when people keep, like, also, you can't say that like a sketch show has gotten stale because every week it is different. Like, you can't ever really technically be past your prime because if you're counting prime as like you're remembering your favorite episodes from different seasons. You're not remembering the entire fucking season, like back to back. And like, it's just like like look forward to, like, it's lighthearted.
Also, people have always been saying that.
Yes.
When it very first came on, they were like, why is this awful show still on? 10 years later, they were saying that. 20 years later, they were saying that. 30 years later, 40 years, 50 years. Like, it doesn't matter. People are always going to be mad about it, but it's funny as a whole, and it brings people joy.
Yes. And especially in times of political turmoil. Mm-hmm. I will say sometimes I'm like, I had to turn off one of them, the fucking tariff one. I was like, Moss, I can't, because like, they're just reciting what happened, which is objectively funny, but like, unfortunately, it is also our reality.
It's the reality. It's hard to parody this because the worst you can do is the best that Washington is doing.
No, like, legitimately.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so fucking crazy. I placed my last, and who knows if it'll even go through, or I'll have to pay money on it, and then I'll just be like, I don't want it anymore. Never mind.
You're still placing bets online and win shit?
No, that's domestic.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Oh, no. Korean skincare and makeup.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I wanted to buy a new camera. That sold out everywhere.
Yeah.
Turns out I re-upped my, I thought I had my Apple Care on autopay. Nope, not on my phone nor on my computer. And I did change my phone screen because it was cracked. And then as I was taking the case off to do that, I noticed my entire back screen is completely shattered.
I asked you that, and you told me, no, that's just the cover.
No, that was the back of my phone.
I know, that's what I was talking about.
No, this was shattered, but then this under here.
No, I was talking about that too.
It wasn't then, because I did.
Oh.
It happened, I don't know when.
It looked like
in the last week. And hey, you know what? It's chess, not checkers, baby.
Yeah. Yep. I want to say I'm very excited that people have been tuning in, listening. I want to thank our Apple Angel, even though you haven't revealed yourself, but thank you so much. Thank you to everyone that's like recommending, and thank you for new people that are tuning in. I said the last time that we had this discussion, like 3 weeks ago. It hasn't been that long. 4 weeks ago, a month.
Yeah.
I said like we need to get our numbers up 40%. We've increased it by 25% now, as of right now.
Wow.
And if we continue with this, then we will be at our goal by the end of the month.
Oh my God.
We'll actually,
thanks to the street team.
It. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. I also want, what do you think our top 5 regions are?
Do you mean regions of the United States or the world?
So like states or areas.
You're going to have to explain.
Weird. Yeah. I know that sounds weird.
So do you mean like California, the UK?
Yes, in that way.
Is our first one domestic, right?
Yeah, they're all domestic, actually.
Oh, so why did I have to?
Because they are listed later, but I said top 5. They're just not top 5.
Texas?
That's number 2.
It's a big state. That's why I guessed it. California?
Number 1.
Florida?
Yes, number 4.
Okay, what's number 3? Not New York.
Yes, New York is number 3.
Oh my God, we're the coastal elites, baby.
We are well, except for Florida. And then,
hey, Charity is a coastal elite. she's elite to me.
And one more, which is very random.
By the way, I think it's hilarious that Florida doesn't consider itself coastal elite because, like, Boca, those bitches, that is coastal elite.
Yeah.
Okay, one more. Why is my mind going Michigan?
You're close.
Oh, do you mean geographically? Because Melissa, I don't know what's close to Michigan.
Yes,
Ohio.
But vibe-wise also. No, not Ohio.
Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania is in the top 10, but it's not.
Well, vibe-wise, I would say Philly and Michigan vibes. What's giving Michigan vibes? Are we talking like lake vibes? Or are we talking
just
Midwest?
Midwest vibes.
Not Ohio. Wisconsin?
Mm-mm.
Minnesota?
Mm-mm.
If anybody is like, Megan, these are not geographically close. No, I had alternative learning, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm doing my best. Delaware.
No.
Virginia's
in the top 10, but not.
Oh, shout out Virginia. The fuck is near Kentucky, Ohio, Michigan, Maine.
Maine is it's not near though.
No, it starts with an M though. Illinois?
Yes.
Chicago, baby.
Yep. So
we love Chicago.
That's our top 5 regions, and then cities
in the United States.
Yep. Well, nope. Cities as a whole.
Oh, not cities amongst those places, but cities total.
Cities total.
Okay. Los Angeles?
Number 2.
Wait, that's actually crazy. Like, hey everyone, we're in you, you're in us.
Mm-hmm.
New York.
Number 3.
Melbourne?
Not top 10.
Okay. London?
Not top 10.
Philly?
Mm-mm.
Detroit? Houston?
Houston is in the top 10.
Is there another Texas one?
Yes.
Austin?
Austin is not in the top
San
10.
Antonio?
No. You're missing
Dallas.
The big one. Dallas is
Sorry.
It's in the top 10, but it's not top 5. The first one, where we are the biggest, absolute shocker.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Is
not
it a
in the
city
United
that I
States. Not in the United States. And not somewhere that anybody on our live stream is from.
Oh, so not Sweden. We're not talking Sweden.
No.
We're not talking Ireland. We're not talking New Zealand.
Mm-mm.
We're not talking...
It was a complete shocker.
Milan. I don't know. What is it?
Singapore.
Shout out Singapore.
Right.
By the way, Singapore Airlines, if anybody has the pleasure of taking a flight on Singapore, you don't have to go to Singapore to go to Singapore Airlines. It is the best airline I've ever been on.
I haven't.
Wow. I did it as a kid to go to the Netherlands to visit family.
So Singapore's number 1, Los Angeles 2, 3 New York, 4 Chicago.
Love Chicago.
5 Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay. Wow.
And then we were wrapping out. 6 is Atlanta, 7 Dallas, 8 Houston, 9 Brooklyn, 10 Denver.
Denver. Oh, shout out Denver.
So hypothetically,
we should move to the south.
Nope, that's not even where I'm going. Hypothetically, if we were to do a little tour, would people be interested in coming?
You don't have to twist my arm to go to Atlanta or Chicago.
Yep,
like
me either.
Here's the thing. You do have to twist my arm a little to get me to go to Texas. Specifically, you're going to actually have to twist my arm a little bit harder to make me go to Houston or Dallas.
Houston and Dallas are both blue areas. And
they are. It is just so hot.
It is hot. Atlanta's going to be just as hot as Houston or Dallas.
Maybe I've been to Houston and Dallas more recently, and I'm remembering that heat a little bit more than I'm remembering the Atlanta heat. In my mind, Atlanta has more shade. No.
Atlanta, they might be a little more shady, but...
Well, granted, I was in a convention center, and so it was a lot of industrial concrete in Houston.
Yeah.
Houston? Is that where I was last? I think so.
So Singapore might be a little harder, but we did a local one here in LA. I know 2 people that would come.
Who else? Oh, I know 2 people who would come too.
And maybe a couple people would come down from your area, from NorCal.
Was San Francisco on there?
No, not top 10.
Yeah, no. I mean, 10. I betrayed them. I moved to LA.
New York. I don't know anybody who lives in New York currently. Everybody's come here. Everybody's come here.
Oh. I still have some friends in New York.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Chicago. Catherine lives there now.
And Melissa and I famously love Chicago.
Yes. I don't know anybody in Charlotte, but shout out Charlotte.
Yeah, I don't know that I know anyone in Charlotte either. And I just want to say, way to be a blue dot and a blue dot. Like that is just like we are here for you.
Mm-hmm. If we were to do, I feel like we should either it needs to be like Atlanta by itself, or we combine Atlanta, Dallas, Houston into one thing. Because they're not that far from each other. I mean, like Dallas is a lot farther, but like it's a couple hours on a flight.
Do they drive? Okay, because I was gonna say, what's their? Because I know for us in California, like we are very we will drive 4 hours one way to go do something. Are they like that there?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I feel like if we go to Atlanta, we could actually either one, because I was gonna say we could also like get on with Mecca and Jamila too and do something with them. Either one, because they're one's in Atlanta, one's in Houston.
Yeah. No. Perfect.
So do that, and then the New York and Brooklyn, that's the same thing. So I actually think that should be combined into one. So Brooklyn, New York, y'all are actually would be number one if we combine those two.
I am a little confused about how they're citing Brooklyn differently.
Yes. And then DC, which we just tell Erica, round up the troops.
Erica, get them in line. Yeah. Set it up. Social chair. Mm-hmm. I have always wanted to go to DC.
You haven't been?
No. I think I went
not the greatest time to go. Right?
No, it's not. Unfortunately, that's the issue. Mm-hmm. So I think when I did Yaku on the road, I think we like had a stop there, but I think we might have flown out of there. Something. I think I've been to I don't know, but like I haven't like been. But I don't think. But I also had a friend who went to school there, so now I'm like, didn't I see her? I don't know, but I've never been to the White House, and I've never seen cherry blossoms, and those are the things that I care about. Granted,
you can see cherry blossoms here.
Well, the issue is I do need allergy medication because I'm struggling with the pollen we have here. You take me somewhere that has seasons, and the spring is going to spring. I think I would sneeze my eyeballs out. Yeah, but I love all those. I love those places. I love those ideas.
Me too. So I just want to marinate that in people's heads. Maybe that's something we do once these numbers are up.
Yeah. It's like a reward. Love that. Would love that. Love. Big fan.
Halliday presents, in the red corner, the undisputed, undefeated Weed Whacker Guy. Champion of hurling grass and pollen everywhere. And in the blue corner, the challenger, extra strength Halliday. Eye drops that work all day to prevent the release of histamines that cause itchy allergy eyes. And the winner by knockout is Halliday. Halliday, bring it on.
At Rocket, we believe everyone deserves their shot at the American dream. So if you're feeling locked out of home ownership, we're here to give you back the keys. We're opening doors, breaking down walls, and doing everything we can to turn renters into owners. And we're not going to stop until we help everyone home. To find out more, visit Rocket.com. Rocket. Own the dream.
This podcast is supported by Progressive, a leader in RV insurance. RVs are for sharing adventures with family, friends, and even your pets. So if you bring your cats and dogs along for the ride, you'll want Progressive RV Insurance. They protect your cats and dogs like family by offering up to $1,000 in optional coverage for vet bills in case of an RV accident, making it a great companion for the responsible pet owner who loves to travel. See Progressive's other benefits and more when you quote RV insurance at Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Pet injuries and additional coverage and subject to policy terms.
Dave Portnoy, as of now, has lost $7 million.
More than that. $7 million was the first crime.
Oh, yeah, now it's 20. So 20. And I have to say, I love saying I told you so. But damn, I didn't know how much I was really going to love it this time. Like, it's hitting different. It is painful because it's like, this doesn't just affect you. And I do think it is crazy. But I love that someone was honest to be bold enough to say, was going to vote for him either way. And now being like, ooh, and he's not saying this, but this is what he's saying. It's going, damn, maybe I am more of a capitalist than I am a racist. Because now it's like, well, maybe I shouldn't have that. And if that's what it takes for next time for you not to do, okay. But good God, it's been satisfying to watch these people who have campaigned for him be like, what's going on?
Boo hoo hoo.
My money. Yeah, bitch, what did you think was going to fucking happen?
They didn't think. That's the problem.
Well, that's why he loves them.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's the end of our episode. Thank you so much for listening. We really, 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 really appreciate y'all. Everything you do, how you're here for us. Make sure you're following us on TikTok. We've got new stuff coming. Please tune in on Monday for But Am I Wrong? Tuesday for See You Next Tuesday. Wednesday, use that day to catch up. Thursday, Don't Blame Me. And then next Friday, we'll be back for another episode of Fisting Friday.
Fist you later. I had to show going through the butthole. This is a Sister Sign production hosted by me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa D. Montz, plus Diamond Imprint Productions.
Can you actually change your personality if you want to? How does peer pressure work, and why is it so powerful? Should you ever really trust your gut when you make a big decision? These are just a few of the topics we've recently covered on my podcast, Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and each episode of Something You Should Know covers multiple topics that are likely relevant to you. You'll discover things you can use in your life today, right now, like how to have a great conversation, how to be more courageous, the anatomy of the perfect apology, and much, much more. To date, there are over 1,000 episodes of Something You Should Know, and we've gotten over 4,000 mostly 5-star reviews. I invite you to check out Something You Should Know. Look for the bright yellow light bulb on the blue background. Something You Should Know, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Have you ever heard about the 19th century French actress with so many lovers that they formed a lovers' union? Or what about the Aboriginal Australian bandit who faked going into labor just to escape the police, which she did escape from them. It was a great plan. How about the French queen who murdered her rival with poison gloves? I'm Ann Foster, host of the feminist women's history comedy podcast, Vulgar History. Every week I share the saga of a woman from history whose story you probably didn't already know, and you will never forget after you hear it. Sometimes we re-examine well-known people like Cleopatra or Pocahontas, sharing the truth behind their legends. Sometimes we look at the scandalous women you'll never find in a history textbook. Listen to Vulgar History wherever you get podcasts. And if you're curious, the people I was talking about before, the Australian woman is named Marianne Bugg, and the French actress was named Rochelle, no last name, just Rochelle. And the queen who poisoned her rival is Catherine de Medici. I have episodes about all of them.
I'm Amy Nicholson, the film critic for the LA Times.
And I'm Paul Scheer, an actor, writer, and director. You might know me from The League, Veep, or my non-eligible for Academy Award role in Twisters.
We love movies, and we come at them from different perspectives.
Yeah, like Amy thinks that, Joe Pesci was miscast in Goodfellas, and I don't.
He's too old. Let's not forget that Paul thinks that Dune 2 is overrated.
It is.
Anyway, despite this, we come together to host Unspooled, a podcast where we talk about good movies, critical hits,
fan favorites, must-sees, and in case you missed them.
We're talking Parasite to Home Alone.
From Grease to The Dark Knight.
We've done deep dives on popcorn flicks. We've talked about why Independence Day deserves a second look.
And we've talked about horror movies, some that you've never even heard of, like Ganja and Hess.
So if you love movies like we do, come along on our cinematic adventure.
Listen to Unspooled wherever you get your podcasts.
And don't forget to hit the follow button.